A Nebraska banker was found guilty today of embezzling over $1 million, and a local job fair is helping veterans get back on their feet.
Also, provocative new Facebook pages gaining popularity at UNL. Will have those stories along with weather and sports next, live on Star City News.
Live from Lincoln, Nebraska, this is Star City News.
Good evening and welcome to Star City News. I'm Michael Sholes.
And I'm Jake Sorensen. They've been through battle and now they're looking to help out in the workforce. It's the Veterans Job Fair and Star City's Jake Bachhoven has the details. Jake?
I'm here at the ROTC building here on campus where many military careers begin. A growing concern for many veterans is where to look for employment after they're done serving. To help with that concern, a job fair entitled Hiring Our Heroes was held today in Lincoln.
Veterans filed into the Lancaster Event Center looking for employment options outside of the military. Organizers of the event made sure the employers at the booths would be able to deliver.
The employer must have jobs in order to participate. So this is not about a feel-good. This is about real employment possibilities in Nebraska.
There were more than 80 employers at the job fair today. The type of job opportunities ranged from GameStop to the Nebraska State Patrol. Some companies, such as Spiral Solutions and Technologies, find many of their employees at events such as Hiring Our Heroes.
My company is 95% military veterans. I'm very proud to work with them. I've always had a passion for recruiting veterans.
I talked to veteran Richard Birch, who said job fairs were crucial because the military unemployment rate is higher than the national average. Birch also said job fairs were important for the underemployed.
Even if they're not looking for a job, they need to explore the job fairs because they just might find out that they're a little bit better off and a little bit better prepared for higher level positions in the civilian market as well as the military.
Now, we didn't get any final numbers for the event, but we know that more than 100 veterans were served within the first 90 minutes. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jake. Nebraska law enforcement officials are still searching for a 39-year-old Missouri fugitive. Officials say the hunt for Lloyd Tabor III began Friday with helicopters and police dogs. Police say Tabor fled on foot after a vehicle he was driving got a flat tire on Highway 2 near Halsey. They believe he later stole a truck in Thedford on Saturday, which was found in North Platte on Sunday. He's wanted in Missouri for burglary and resisting arrest. A huge mismanagement of federal funds is causing headaches for the Nebraska Health and Human Services Department. State Auditor Mike Foley says in 2011, as much as $8 million in federal aid to help Nebraskans pay their energy bills was spent on items like groceries and gambling. Foley says the solution is not clear, but assured Nebraskans the burden of the shortcomings will not fall on taxpayers.
The pipeline burst that sent oil spilling into Mayflower, Arkansas this weekend has further polarized the issue of the Keystone XL pipeline here in Nebraska. The director of Bold, Nebraska, a pipeline opposition group, warned that the oil leak could happen here in Nebraska if the Keystone XL pipeline is built. Proponents of the pipeline, such as Nebraska Congressman Lee Terry, said the disaster highlights the need for improved infrastructure, which he said TransCanada's pipeline would bring. Despite the rainfall last weekend and optimism about moisture in the coming months, Lincoln officials say to plan on more water restrictions this summer. Officials at the Lincoln Public Works and Utilities Department say to expect at least phase 1 of the plan, which is voluntary water conservation. The city says it's a good idea to talk to landscape designers before planting anything new in your yards this year. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to spend a night behind bars, you're in luck. Lancaster County officials are giving people an opportunity to test drive their new corrections facility located on West O Street. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, the jail will host overnight guests to make sure that everything is working properly before it is officially open to inmates. People interested in participating will be asked to donate $30 to charity.
It is an overnight stay. We're calling it a shakedown so that you can come in, spend the night in custody in the jail, kind of have that experience. and help us test out some of the new equipment that we have, flushing toilets, opening doors, using the intercoms, things that we need to test out and make sure they work on a large scale before we can actually move inmates in. It's much safer to do it with the public, and they have some fun and we'll raise some money.
Jake, have you ever spent the night in jail?
Well, you might be surprised to hear this, but no. Have you?
You know, I'd love to talk about it, but I think we're late for a break.
Well, on that note, we'll be back right after this with more Star City News. Stay tuned.
The Dairy Store has provided the University of Nebraska with tasty treats since 1917. Located on East Campus, the Dairy Store is operated by the Department of Food Science and Technology, providing educational experiences for students. The Dairy Store sells various dairy products, including mouth-watering cheeses and more than 50 different flavors of ice cream. So stop in today. Open weekdays on East Campus. The UNL Dairy Store, serving tasty treats since 1917.
The Cat House, Lincoln's no-kill cat shelter, located at 1935 Q Street. Visit our website or call us at 402-441-9593.
Don't miss out on Coffee and Conversation in the community. Coffee and Conversation takes place on the third Sunday of every month at 1 o'clock p.m. at the Mary Rietma Ross Media Arts Center. Come watch a renowned documentary and join in on the discussion with your neighbors. Coffee and Conversation is free and open to the public. Check out our website at netnebraska.org/engage and follow us on Facebook. Join us at the Ross every third Sunday at 1.
Welcome back to Star City News.
The UNL Arts and Sciences Department kicked off their annual A&S Fest 2013 this morning with coffee and donuts. Star City's Nathaniel Perlow is live in our newsroom with more. Nathaniel?
The College of Arts and Sciences Festival is hoping to bring together its students this week through various campus activities.
Promoting the college and getting students excited about being in the college and sort of interacting with each other. So we're actually handing out food every day and trying to get students to sign up for our dodgeball tournament that we're doing on Thursday.
And what says joining the College of Arts and Science is better than a dodgeball game at the campus rec? Tomorrow and Thursday they will be handing out popcorn and pop outside Old Father Hall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Other events include a lecture from Jim Messina and Jeff Delaney in the Nebraska Union Auditorium. I'm Nathaniel Perlow, live in the newsroom. Back to you, Jake.
Thanks, Nathaniel. A former Sydney Bank vice president pleaded guilty to embezzling more than $1.3 million and stealing nearly $32,000 of it straight from the vault of Points West Community Bank. According to the assistant U.S. attorney, 38-year-old Matthew Monheisers took the money between March 1st of 2003 and August 15th of 2012. Officials say Monheiser got most of the money by buying cashier's checks in bank customers' names. However, Monheiser said he has paid back $500,000 to the bank and is financing in place to pay $1 million more. He's prohibited from working at any institution insured by the FDIC and now works for a wrecking company in Sydney. Midland University could soon be doubling in size as the school is in the works of purchasing the campus of Dana College, which closed its doors in 2010. The move would give Midland two campuses, with the main campus in Fremont and the other in Blair, where Dana was until its closure. A statement put out by Midland said the hope is to exceed 2,000 students total with the move. Connecticut lawmakers are issuing what they've called the strictest gun laws in the country following the December shooting in Newtown.
We are prepared now, as the Connecticut State Legislature, to move forward and provide this state with what it deserves, its people deserve, and most importantly, what our children deserve.
The proposal would ban high-capacity ammunition magazines and would require background checks for private gun sales and new registry for existing magazines that carry 10 or more bullets. A new state-issued eligibility certificate would be needed to purchase any rifle, shotgun, or ammunition under legislation.
President Obama has proposed a $100 million in new spending on human brain research. Obama said the program could develop new ways to treat autism, Alzheimer's disease, and traumatic brain injury. The White House has named the program the Brain Initiative, and it follows up on Obama's State of the Union address where he called for more investment in research and development. After weeks of multiple threats, North Korea is at it again. They announced today that it will restart a nuclear reactor that had been shut down for more than 5 years. The declaration is part of Kim Jong-un's commitment to the country's nuclear weapons program that the international community has tried unsuccessfully to persuade it to abandon. The United States has had training exercises over South Korea in flying B-2 Spirit bombers capable of dropping nuclear weapons in case a situation arises. Well, Jake, it felt like spring over the weekend. Yesterday it got a little colder, and maybe today the temperature's climbing back up there again.
Well, can we expect the warm weather to stay? Star City's Amber Michael has a preview of what to expect in weather.
Last year, the threat of severe weather canceled the red and white game. Will the potential for severe weather strike again? Up next, Chief Meteorologist Ben Dorenbach will give you his outlook on severe weather for this weekend.
Stay tuned for more news and weather after these messages.
The 2013 Cornhusker State Game starts July 19th, and the Nebraska Sports Council is due to be there for the opening ceremony. The annual multi-sport festival is designed for all ages and abilities to compete in Olympic spirit, with over 60 sports, including lacrosse, swimming, and even skydiving. There's something for everybody here at the Cornhusker State Games.
At the Kawasaki Reading Room, located on the 3rd floor of the Multicultural Center, the media of Japan is waiting for you. Generously donated by Kawasaki Motors, we have a wide selection of media including manga, magazines, and anime. So visit us today at the McLaughlin Multicultural Center, the Kawasaki Reading Room, where the East meets Midwest.
The Mary Riempa Ross Media Arts Center devotes itself to providing an assortment of high-quality films to the students at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and the surrounding community. Located on City Campus, the Ross features a variety of genres, including American independent films and classic foreign films. Stop in and receive more information on how you can donate to the Ross Media Arts Center, or visit www.theross.org. Donate today and help bring quality films to Lincoln.
Build, dance, play, climb, create, sing, and laugh at the Lincoln Children's Museum. With 3 floors and over 20,000 square feet of creative exhibits, both children and adults can explore and learn together. Located at 1420 P Street in downtown, the Lincoln Children's Museum is open 6 days a week and is a perfect place for birthdays and children's parties. The Lincoln Children's Museum, inviting children to create, discover, and learn through the power of play.
Welcome back to Star City News.
You know, it's been really a change in weather from last year to this year. Really cold temperatures starting off in April. Last year was a lot warmer. Ben, what exactly was it last year at this time?
Actually, 1 year ago today, we broke a record high temperature, 90 degrees. That was only 1 year ago. And look at where we're at now. Our forecast high for today is 55 degrees, but I want to focus you in on that low temperature from this morning. 18 degrees is what we woke up to this morning early, around like 6 o'clock in the morning. So look at that. Last year, we were breaking record high temperatures. Now we're more in the neighborhood of breaking record low temperatures. We didn't. I think the record was 11 from today. So basically, night and day difference between April 2nd, 2012 and April 2nd, 2013. That's for certain. But if we take a look at the current picture around most of the United States right now, pretty quiet around most of the Midwest. I want to key you in on this high pressure system right over Minnesota right now. That's keeping things fairly calm. This moisture down south is trying to make its way up, but that high pressure is basically going, nope, not going to happen. So kind of keeping things calm and cool and mild around most of the Midwest. Now, if you take a look at temperatures around most of Nebraska right now, we're looking at a lot of 50s. Look at 52 in Lincoln right now, a lot of 53 in Columbus, and a little bit warmer temperatures as we head further out to the northwest with 56 in Valentine right now. Overnight lows, we're looking at a fairly mild night. We're not going to break any record low temperatures, rest assured, tonight. But 26 for Lincoln overnight, 25 in Omaha, and 24 in Sioux City with a lot of 20s around most of the state of Nebraska. Now, if we go into tomorrow, the warm-up is on the way. Look at this. We start to see some of these yellow, even some orange shading way up north in South Dakota. The warm weather once again on the way. We're going to see our first reading of 60 in a while. Look at that over west in Valentine. So you have that to look forward to. It's going to continue to make its way eastward, and we'll give Capital City some warmer temperatures on the way here the next few days. So now for your forecast pages for the Capital City, we're looking at 45 degrees this evening under mostly clear skies with some calm winds. So very mild evening as we go out tonight if you're planning on going out in the town on a Tuesday for whatever reason. And then overnight tonight, we're going to get a little bit cool, but not record-breaking by any means. 26 degrees under mostly clear skies, and another chilly night tonight with calm winds. And then going into tomorrow, a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to try to reach that 60-degree mark, but might fall short a bit. 58 degrees, what we're expecting. Warming up, that's for sure. It might be a little bit breezier with a south breeze at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now, finishing up your work week, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a hike in the temperatures. We're going to be seeing some hints of 70-degree temperatures. Look at that Friday. We might even see a chance of some showers going into Friday. Then for your spring game, we're looking at some mid-60s, so definitely nothing like last year, if you recall last year's spring game. But basically, we are looking at a lot of 60-degree temperatures this weekend, and then a little bit milder going to start the work. We have another frontal system moving in, might bring us some thunderstorms going into early next week. Jake, Michael, back to you.
Thanks, Ben. Well, Jake, I didn't want to bring it up, but after opening day, I believe my Red Sox are 1-0. Your Redbirds, not so much.
Well, we did drop a tough one yesterday, but I seem to forget who had the most recent World Series title between the two.
You know, I can't seem to remember either. Maybe Ryan Pritchard can. He's got tonight's Star City Sports Report.
And now, your Star City News Sports Report.
Well, I don't know about your Birds or anything, but I do know the Rockies will be in this top this year. It's that time of year again. No, not the time of finals yet. It is officially baseball season. The Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros were the first teams to play Sunday evening. Yesterday, more got their season started. 12 games were played, and the games are the first of 162 games for each team this season. Locally, the Kansas City Royals fell 1-0 to the Chicago White Sox in their first game with new ace pitcher James Shields. The Husker baseball team continues their season on the road today. The 11-15 Huskers are looking to maintain their current 3-game win streak against 18-10 Kansas State Wildcats, who are coming off a bitter loss to Big 12 foe Baylor. Nebraska and K-State played last Tuesday in Manhattan as well, with the Wildcats claiming a 10-8 victory. Nebraska swept Northwestern over the weekend and sits at 5-1 in Big Ten play. First pitch tonight is 6:35. Yesterday, Husker men's basketball coach Tim Miles picked up a big commitment. At 6'8" and 250 pounds, the Huskers' new forward commit Leslie Smith will be a formidable foe for those who have to play against the Huskers. Smith started his career at SMU before having leg problems and played the past 2 years at Seward Community College in Kansas, alongside fellow Husker Deverell Biggs. Do you miss Husker football? Well, worry no more, because this Saturday the Huskers will take the field in the annual Red-White Spring Game. If you can't think of any reason why you should go, read the article on the Star City News Facebook page. It lists 10 reasons to attend the spring game. The game, which kicks off at 2:30, will also be televised on the Big Ten Network. If you missed the Louisville versus Duke basketball game a few nights ago, you missed a great game, but I would be willing to bet few remember the score. Most remember sophomore guard Kevin Ware's freak injury. Ware suffered a compound fracture in his leg after attempting to block a shot by Duke's Tyler Thornton. The good news, though, is that Ware's surgery was successful, and he was photographed standing on crutches 16 hours after the injury. He plans to travel with his team to his town of Atlanta to support them in the Final Four. The night of April 6th looks like it will be busy. That's the night the 4 teams remaining from the March Madness tournament are slotted to play. At 5:05, number 1 ranked Louisville Cardinals will take on 9-seeded Wichita State. Following that game, the battle of the 4 seeds will take place, with Michigan going up against Syracuse. The winners of both of these games will play one another to claim the title of national champion on Monday night. Well, that's it for sports. I'm Ryan Pritchard. Now back to Jake and Michael.
Thanks, Ryan. Now, I don't know if you saw that live, Michael, but that injury to Kevin Ware was very, very gruesome. Have you ever had any injuries in sports?
You know, I haven't. I've been fortunate that way. I guess one of the perks of not being very good at sports is that you don't have to worry about suffering any terrible injuries while you're playing.
You're right. And coming up next on Star City News, we'll have a social media update from Katie Nelson. Stay tuned.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Tribute in his 500th affair here at Memorial Stadium. Tom Osborne is at the front of the pack leading the Nebraska football team out of the tunnel for probably the last time.
Working on the right side. Gets down in the paint. His shot's up and good. Wow, what a play.
The handoff will go to Amani Cross. Off tackle right side. Cross moving forward. Touchdown Nebraska. Amani Cross from 4 yards out. It's 16-0 Big Red.
Thanks for listening to Husker Basketball.
It's Husker football.
You're listening to 90.3 KRNU.
The Nebraska Sports Council invites you to take part in a 6-week challenge that will motivate families to adopt healthier lifestyles. The Nebraska Sports Council and Clarity have helped Americans lose more than 280,000 pounds and log more than 3.5 million hours of activity. Go to livewellchallenge.com to register and take part in the Live Well Family Challenge. Join the effort today.
The Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach has been providing care and helping to instill hope in the Lincoln community since 1992. Located at 2121 North 27th Street, the Matt Talbot Kitchen is open 365 days a year to provide 2 hot, nutritious meals to anyone in need. Advocacy and outreach services such as life skills classes, transitional housing, and case management are available 5 days a week. With faith, compassion, dignity, and love, the Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach is here to help you rebuild your life.
Come and explore the wonders of the universe at Morrill Hall. Located on UNL's city campus, visit museums.unl.edu for more information.
What's up? For Star City Social Media, I'm Katie Nelson. Forget eHarmony, UNL students have found a different way to connect with their crushes. The UNL Crushes Facebook page has racked up more than 4,000 likes since it was launched last week. Students can anonymously post their campus crushes and names and details about them or spending time with them if they choose. A few rules applied here. The page creator won't repost negative comments and students can't post more than once. Yesterday was April Fool's Day, and if you didn't run into any saran-wrapped doors or were late because of misset alarms at home, that doesn't mean you are safe from pranks. Multiple social media outlets and online corporations had it out for you. Did you fall for it? YouTube claimed it was shutting down despite its success. Twitter announced it was launching a consonant-only Twitter service, but it was Google that took the cake, or the prank.
We don't always have time to stop and smell the roses. Now, with Google Knows Beta, the roses are just a click away.
They released a commercial on Monday for Google Knows Beta, an app that allows users to search for smells. But they didn't stop there. Google also added a treasure map and underwater street view modes to their Maps app. You won't need your headphones for this subway ride. Saxophonist Sapphire Adiz was inspired to pull out his own instrument after seeing another saxophonist making public transportation musical. The video, Sax Battle in NYC Subway, was posted on Sunday and has had nearly 1 million hits since. The birds and the bees, rolling in the hay, dirty dancing, getting intimate, making love, whatever you call it, what's your perfect soundtrack for it? Trending today on Twitter is hashtag best song to have sex to. For the most part, it's become a joke. Will Ferrell even threw in his 2 cents, quoting the hokey pokey. Well, that's all for today. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at UNL Star City News and like our page on Facebook, Star City News UNL. For Star City Social Media, I'm Katie Nelson. Coming up after this break, we'll have your entertainment update. You're watching Star City News.
the University Health Center, we strive to be your ally in wellness. With our psychology department, dental services, and medical offices, you're sure to find the expert care you'll need. We even include a pharmacy for your refills, so visit us online or call for an appointment today. University Health Center, your ally in wellness.
This regional art museum produces 6 to 8 exhibitions annually in its beautiful galleries. Frequent visitors enjoy viewing shows by contemporary artists, as well as sculptures and paintings from the permanent collection. The museum and research library are free and open to the public. The Great Plains Art Museum, located at 1155 Q Street.
Nebraskans for the Upgraded Treatment of Squirrels, or NUTS for short, is a group dedicated to protecting squirrels on the UNL campus. The group holds meetings to discuss the status of UNL squirrels and also host events such as squirrel watching tours. Squirrels are an important part of our campus, and this group hopes to bring awareness to issues that squirrels face. Look for postings around campus for the next NUTS meeting, and remember, don't try to run over squirrels with your car or bike.
What's going on, Star City? Now, it's been nearly 4 years since Michael Jackson died from an overdose, but his mother, Katherine Jackson, is set to sue the company she says caused her son's death. AEG Live was responsible for hiring Dr. Conrad Murray, who was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in 2011. Jackson is seeking more than $40 billion from AEG Live for loss of future earnings and other damages in a trial that could last more than 2 months. However, AEG Live claims Jackson had issues with substance abuse before coming under Murray's care. Shane Gindi, a star of MTV's Buck Wild, is dead. Authorities discovered his body along with the bodies of his uncle, David Dwight Gandy, and Donald Robert Myers on Monday inside a vehicle belonging to the Gandy family. It was halfway submerged in mud along a dirt road near Sissonville, West Virginia. There are no signs of foul play. However, the deaths of the MTV star and his passengers are still under investigation. Star City News Entertainment will keep a close eye on this story as it develops. Now, if you were hoping to see Pink in concert at the new Pinnacle Bank Arena this fall, I have to warn you, it might be kind of difficult. Tickets for the Truth About Love tour went on sale Saturday, and it's almost sold out. However, if you're still looking to see Pink get the party started and don't mind paying a pretty penny for it, there are a few premium packages still available. And finally, for all you Finding Nemo fans, this girl included, Walt Disney Studios officially announced today that it will produce a sequel to the 2003 film. Ellen DeGeneres will reprise her role as Dory. DeGeneres says the film has everything she loved about the first one. Quote, "It's got a lot of heart and it's really funny, and the best part is it's got a lot more Dory," end quote. And that's a good thing too, because the title of the sequel, due in 2015, Finding Dory. Well, that's all for your entertainment news. I'm Amelia Briney. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Amelia. One more note, we had an entertainment news tonight before we close up the show. I just saw today that Robert Downey Jr. will not be back as Tony Stark in the second Avengers movie. So Iron Man 3 will be Robert Downey Jr.'s last go as billionaire Tony Stark. Jake?
Interesting. It's certainly going to be a change to, of course, the Avengers and other movies down the road. But we do bring back Chief Meteorologist Ben Dornbach. And Ben, on Saturday, of course, the Husker Spring Game as it comes every year. Last year, it was canceled due to thunderstorm and rain in the area. Can we expect anything like that this Saturday as well?
I wouldn't count on it. We are expecting some rain showers here going into Friday, and then a few more rain showers. Maybe a few flakes of snow going to Monday, Tuesday, but nothing like last year where Jim Cantori came to town. All of us meteorology majors were really excited. Nothing like that again. And funny story, they actually moved it back a week from what it was last year to avoid severe weather specifically. So this year, looking like it's working out pretty well. It seemed like a pretty good idea. But at this point during the year, pretty much anything's fair game in terms of severe weather. So, but looking good for Saturday. Not going to be canceled. No Jim Cantori, but beautiful day for a football game.
We'll hope for the best. Thanks, Ben. That's it for Star City News. Good night.